seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
What's up, Derby World? We are live for the 27th episode of the Beast and Bake Derby Talk podcast. How you going, Nath?
I'm doing very well. How is yourself?
Well, I'm doing fantastic. And if anyone wants to know why, it's because 2 weeks ago, New South Wales won the State of Origin, and now we're pushing for a decider in 2026. How's that make you feel, Nath?
Yeah, cool as. It's there was some redemption coming back to this one, but I can't wait to see how hectic that decider is going to be. It's going to be probably one of the most brutal derbies that's been on Australian turf, I reckon.
Yeah, so I know there's no love lost between the teams, so it's a rivalry was as old as Australia, isn't it? And when that derby started, oh mate, was it on? The big 380 stepped up to the table and put themselves on the national stage as probably the hardest, fastest car that we have. And I was proud to lead the pack out there. I was definitely not shitting myself as I drove out there. Don't know where that rumor got started. But no, it was awesome. I look forward to reviewing it with you today. It's going to be a cracker to watch. We've got some footage out there to watch. We've got some of your in-car and some of the outside footage too. But no, that was definitely a highlight in my career because yeah, there was definitely some nerves before that derby. But yeah, this is what we're building towards with ADA, with these massive events. So you want to give us an update of what's been going on?
Yeah, so once again, we've always been busy in the background, Shane and his ideas and trying to control him a little bit. But yeah, just organising all the things. We've got a big, everyone knows our big event coming up, Derby Mania. So we've got a meeting this week that'll, we're going to fine tune that right down and start setting a lot of things in stone. So we're organised because it's going to be a pretty big weekend. Not only that, it's good to see, that this has become something so big and like in such a short time that, for our next season of the 25-26, that all of our ag show derbies that the association runs is free entry for all members. So that's it's really cool for us to give back and just, another way to help, the derby community and try and ease some of the expenses that we can. Because, at the end of the day, this sport's getting more and more expensive the longer we do it. So it's just good, to give back to the people that support us and support this derby world. So yeah, there's we got, the raffle card that going off tonight that apparently everyone wants a little dig in at, and I've been writing names for the last 2.5 hours into this wheel of names. So yeah, everyone seems to want a piece of this car.
Just want to put it out there. The highest selling raffle that we've ever done was a card that was built by the Beast. Just putting that out there. Well, it's half a car, really. It's a hatchback. So I don't know why the Camry didn't sell better, but
90 entries all up. Obviously, multiple people have multiple entries, but there's 90 entries all up, which is absolutely crazy. That's blew me away.
That's the record for our biggest one so far. No doubt. I'm surprised. I know obviously it's the Queensland title coming up in 2 weeks. I think that's going to be a massive event at Ipswich. I've just seen some of the cars coming in today, some of the photos and stuff. which I'll be promoting for the next 2 weeks. Some of the drivers that are coming in it. There's a lot of Origin drivers from both sides of the border. I know for a fact that New South Wales is going up there just to win the Queensland title and bring it back, just as a little bit of a turn that blade, which is a great little bit of competition. But mate, Queensland will be standing their ground, and in those little cars, who knows what's going to happen, because there's no 380s, there's no panel vans, and no utes. So this is going to be a solid driving competition. And I for one, am very much looking forward to being on the sideline to watch that one.
That's another thing why, I thought about this derby and I'm like, I'm going to go do it, because it reminds me of like derbies from back a bit before, where it was basically just a simple build style derby and just all depended on driving skill rather than build skill, and it takes all them big tanks out of it and everyone's back in a small little car. So I'm excited as hell for Ipswich. I think it's going to be a cracker little derby. Yeah,
and there's a lot of other stuff on at that show too. I noticed there's a Paw Patrol concert, which is just going to be something cool for the kids to watch. They've obviously, it's like one of their biggest shows, so there'll be lots of show rides and stuff like that. So if you're in the area, it's definitely going to be one to watch, especially the derby. I can promise you that. Just without even releasing the names, which I'll be releasing in the next 2 weeks, mate, there are some awesome big hitters there. I know that Reese Hack has got an absolute monster, which I'm really, really interested to see what he can do with. And just as another name on there, Carl Thomas just confirmed that he'll be in there today too. And he's going to absolutely splatter whatever he's in. I'm very much looking forward to seeing these big hitters in those little rockets. I think it's going to be fantastic to watch. We will have good footage of it. We'll have videographers on the scene, so we'll be uploading that footage afterwards too. And whoever wins this raffle car is going to have the GoPro camera in there, so they'll be able to have their moment of fame, hopefully not getting hammered. Hopefully it'll be showing them winning the derby. So we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, it's Kenny wants to know if it's got your tricks built into it.
Oh, she'll be a beast. Don't worry about that.
Justin says hello. It's the thing about I've noticed with Queensland drivers is pride is a big thing for them when it comes to like anything to do with Queensland, like with State of Origin. Like obviously we're the same from New South Wales. It's you're pretty proud to represent your state, and so just another thing from the Queensland is taking their title from them. They're going to need.
What I'm thinking. I actually said that to Carl when he said he's going in it, and I'm like, Carl Thomas in a little car. That man is not going to be able to lift his foot off that accelerator. We're going to have to get the jaws of life to cut him out.
Blake Taylor's not going in it as of yet, so he might not know who to hit yet.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to have to find another friend. The main part is like Gundawindi last night. I haven't been able to put the video up because it's been a pain, but I'll put it up soon. But Gundawindi last night, Queensland boys, they held their ground. We had some New South Wales boys go up there, and Matt Langton, the 2-time state rep, he's wiped the track of everyone. Won first place, won Mad Dog, picked up $3,000 in prize money, which is another thing that the association is trying to do. Lower the cost for entry fees and heighten the cost of the prize money, which is an awesome way. I mean, that bloke's won $3,500 with that panel van in 2 derbies. That's an awesome accomplishment. And that van will go again. It's solid as. So another little thing that we're trying to add. Unfortunately, he won't be able to take it to Ipswich, so he'll actually have to get something small and show us if he can drive.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cracker derby. I'm wondering how many people have been watching for 10 minutes going, just shut up and draw this car.
Does everyone want us to draw the cars? That was going on. You watch the numbers drop as soon as we put this raffle on. Oh, bugger it. Let's let it go. I'm sure Chris Fisher's probably on the edge of his seat. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I can hear him screaming from his house already.
Yeah, or we could just walk away for like another 10 minutes or so and then come back. That'd be great.
I don't know. I reckon we should probably watch the Origin video first.
Yeah, let's all watch this video. Look at Tyler. Tyler, you're not winning it 2 weeks in a row, mate. If you do, there's going to be an audit.
Yeah, we'll get done for rigging it.
All right. Let's get this going. I can't see anything at the moment. Oh, I can't even see that. There is a lot.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
so there's
Christy, we are
90.
going to watch the Origin video right after we make someone's year.
90 entries all up. There is
That is a massive amount. Whoever wins this,
it's absolutely nuts.
yeah.
So,
Everyone on the edge of your seat.
Here's a how many times do you want me to shuffle it?
I'll shuffle like 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we ready?
Everyone ready? On the edge of your
And
seats.
here we go.
Here we go.
Damien Moore.
Damien Moore. Oh, congratulations, Damien. Geez, that like went slow as anything, didn't it? Oh,
Right.
Damien, you're up, mate. I think Damien was actually at the Derby last night at Gundawindi in the Commodore. So this will be interesting to see how he goes in the little hatchback.
But yeah, so there we go.
Congratulations,
Damien Moore.
mate. Contact the page and we'll sort it all out. But yeah, congratulations. Lady, lucky you. 90 entries. How many tickets did he have? Like 10?
I'm not sure. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He had 8.
Hey, that's mate. Out of 90 to have 8 and get that win, well done to you, mate. That's bloody very good to see. Let's see how you can go in this little hatchback. It's I'm 90% sure he was at the Derby last night, so he definitely knows what he's doing. So he can rip in at Ipswich and have some fun.
Is he a New South Welshman?
I believe he's a Queenslander. Oh, let me have a look.
The
Oh, Brock, he missed it by 1. Should have bought another ticket, Brock.
yeah. just blame Shane for that. I should have shuffled it 6 times.
That's right. That's crazy how many there were on there, and someone that had 8 tickets straight away. Got to be in it to win it, boys. But I was not expecting that much of a feedback on that one.
And that's like another thing on top of what you said about giving back to members too. Like we offered all our members a free raffle ticket, so that's just another thing too. Plus, like a $10 raffle ticket for a member, you can't go wrong.
No, Damien's from Jennings in New South Wales.
There you go.
So we had a New South Welshman. All right, that's good.
The
Poor bugger's probably going to have some Queenslanders after him now. I've just announced that on the podcast. So good luck, mate.
yeah,
Stick and move, mate. Stick and move.
that's it.
All right, well, let's get straight into it. Now, the other update is obviously we've hit 25,000 followers, which is an awesome accomplishment. At the moment, we're actually bringing in 2.5 million views every month as well. So awesome to see that kind of interest in our sport. We've never had anything like that as far as I've ever seen in Australia. So it's really good to see. We had the Gundawindi show last night, and they were ecstatic with the boys. They ripped in. From what I've seen on the videos there were some massive hits. We had like six utes, a panel van, some Magnas, and Commodores. So, wow. Do I want to go shotgun with Carl? Yeah, probably not. I'll be there. Someone's got to carry him out of the bloody car afterwards, mate. So,
I don't think there'd be enough room in a small car for the two of his.
For me and Carl, we'll be shoulder to shoulder. Actually, I think he just wants me to sit on his lap.
That might be it,
yeah. He wants me to sit on his lap I'll do it for the parade lap, Carl. I'll do that for you, mate. If that's what it takes to get you to go over there, I will do that. Whilst we're in the mood for all of the fun and games with the Queenslanders, how about we have a quick squeeze at the parade lap that built the tension for this event?
Boy, I'm nervous already. Here we go. Here's your drivers.
I didn't notice this year. We didn't get as many boos this year either.
We had a lot of New South Wales people actually there. Like I was shocked at how many New South Wales people were in the crowd. there were a lot of drivers that actually came all the way up there as well, which was awesome. But look at that right there, mate. If that's not one of the greatest moments in sport, or in Australian Demolition Derby, I was peaking at this point. This was what I was looking forward to the whole time, and you can't go past the actual parade lap for State of Origin. And you can see there I was having a little bit of a race with Ken Isipi, the captain for Queensland.
Just about to say that as you're driving next to the person next to you, you notice that as the parade lap goes around, you get a little bit quicker and you rev it a bit more and you take off a little bit quicker. And
you did win, Damien. Well done, mate.
Oh, sorry, mate. You don't get it now because you weren't watching.
Yeah, you should have been watching. What are you doing?
We'll
mate, you won it. Congratulations. We'll organise some things. Make sure that you're all set, but get ready your derby in 2 weeks in a Hyundai i30 Beast.
Just inbox our Australian Demolition Derby Association page.
Yeah, we'll get it all sorted. Should be interesting to see how he goes in the old Hyundai. They're actually really solid in the back, which is surprising.
I just noticed that I was the only bloke there that ran a big flag on the roof.
Yeah, that's how I could notice who you were each time I drove around. Like midway through the derby, I could see the flag going. I was like, oh, there's Nate. Look at that. Isn't that just the coolest sight to see that? Oh, there's Blake. No one questioned where he got that sign from because I don't want to know. Yeah, Origin was a massive field, Kenny. So Origin is actually 13 versus 13. So it's a massive field. We're hoping to try and increase that. If I can push for 15 versus 15, I will be. Because I think it's just the spectacle of it is just the blue and the maroons is awesome. A little bit of track work there from Queensland number 10. Just getting a little bit of spin in the tyres. You have no idea how bad I wanted to floor it across here, eh? Just to open the big 380 up.
I started that parade lap with that 380 running absolutely beautifully, and then by the end of it, it was running like a bucket of dog shit.
The good part is that you did get to get to test it out because you got it fixed by the time the actual Origin started. See, I kept sitting back like this because I liked accelerating. I was just waiting for Kenny to go a little bit further so I could just punch it every time. They're just sitting back there, and then woofga. This was my Daytona 500 moment. I'm a race car driver. This is one thing I'm looking forward to with the Derby Mania is having the little race cars out there, the little derby cars for demo racing. I think it's going to be a cracker.
Oh, Blake, you missed it.
Yeah, called your name, mate. No.
Yeah, you didn't answer, so we had to redraw it.
That's a joke, Blake. You didn't win, mate. There's old Blakey there with his thing. Mate, I think everyone out there was ready for an absolute battle, and then they made us sit around the corner for 3 hours again. Everyone was like,
"Oh, look at that!" Yeah. How that was a good. I'm just going to jump back there for a second because I can. But when we go to this next shot, how good is this? This is for a bit of advertisement for Derby Mania. If you look at the boots of the first 3 cars, it just a bit of an intimidation thing for Derby Mania.
Oh, beast, bacon, beast. Yeah, love it. Yep, they'll be popping back out probably in the same sort of cars at Derby Mania. Also, I found out about this interview just before I was going out, so I had no idea what I was saying here. I'll just turn it up a little bit.
I haven't even seen this.
Well, doesn't this just set things up for later tonight?
This was me getting set up. I had no idea what was happening.
Grab a quick word with him in just a moment.
Also, Kenny had a hat ready. I luckily had one, so I was like, oh, better put my hat on too.
Can I see the Queensland champion?
Also, I just want to point out how good did it look with 13 cars with KGH pumped across the bonnet.
Oh yeah, we're pumping out our sponsors.
Your New South Wales Blues captain. How do we feel about that, Toowoomba?
I really didn't want to fall down then, I was so careful.
We'll get him up here.
I was
Look,
like,
this
I'm
is mind games
unfriendly
already.
territory here.
Hey, Shane, I've heard a bit of smack talk from you boys. I know that you're 1-0 down in the series.
Also, just for anyone that's watching, I didn't know about this smack talk. It was Nathan bloody Williams that done this smack talk. So right now when they're talking about it, that's my face of going, I don't know what they're saying.
I've heard that you guys are going to bring the pain tonight, though. You've got quite the thing to live up to here. There's a lot of Queensland support here, but there's plenty of Blues fans in the house, which is concerning for me.
Yeah, we've actually brought the big weapons tonight, the big Mitsubishi 380s, the 3.8 litre motors. Bit more speed tonight. You'll see some massive hits.
Massive hits. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to relay this front of house. I've
Here's
heard
Nathan.
you're trying to up over 4 Queenslanders. Is that the quota for tonight?
Minimum, yeah.
Minimum. How do we feel about team?
Look at me on there going, what are you talking about, mate? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mind you, I told the big boss of the Speedway this is what we were here to do.
Yeah,
That's
no one
okay.
told me
I'm all
that.
right with
He
that.
literally
We're
said it on the
somewhat
I don't know.
okay. Come on, Toowoomba, how about your noise for your Queensland captain, Keno Sippy? Hey, Keno, it's easy when you're on home turf. Is there some pressure on the shoulders? Defending champions, obviously stout squad here. Plenty of Toowoomba representation in that as well. But Shane's laid down the law tonight.
Yeah, these boys aren't ready.
I will leave it at
Hold up, guys.
Can we just screenshot
Shane's
that and
laid
send
down
it
the
back
law
to
tonight.
Kenny?
Yeah, these boys aren't ready.
Turns out we were ready.
I will
Net
leave it at
minute.
that. Toowoomba will see these guys later tonight. Your Queensland versus New South Wales State of Origin
Just-
Demo Derby.
I'm going to take those just throwing shade. Look, he taught the talk.
That'll want evening.
Maybe
as
he's
the
talking
Derby
about
boys
next
have-
year.
All those for the
I reckon that's what it was. He's saying that next year. Well, this year we're about to cop a hiding, but next year. Right, let's have a look at this bad boy. This is what we all want to see.
I think they really underestimated 380s. No different to what we did to them last year, but I think they really underestimated the 380s.
Right at the point. So, just for everyone else to know, Queensland went out first. We weren't sure who was going to go out first, but Queensland decided to go out first as the defending champs. They were supposed to start in front of the bar area on the right. So when we drove out of here, I realised they were starting on the other side of the track. So I'm like, all of our plans were completely thrown out the window at that point. So we're like, oh, there's no plan for the start here because they've changed us up.
And the panel bands.
But what an awesome sight that is, just to see that many maroon panel vans and utes and that, just absolute tanks.
Good seal panel.
We've got a long reach out here.
And right about here, I realised that they parked on the other side of the track. And I was like, oh, well, that goes there.
We've got one. I don't. That
Oh,
is,
four
all
I
over
think
the
it's not
fence.
as big anymore. Got a few hits.
See, the problem was, Jess, they didn't last long enough for us to wipe them out. They all stopped.
We didn't promise rollovers. We were there to do rollovers.
There was a half rollover. You got to give us half a point.
Just be prepared for 2026 when there's 15 380s on the front line. You might have to bring something better than panel vans and utes.
4, 5, 6.
How cool did Alan Bell's panel van look?
And there's an
It didn't
Oh,
really
yeah.
deliver, but it looked cool.
Actually, that one behind might be even older.
It looked like we were derbying back in the 70s.
It did, except for the 08 380s there.
Yeah.
Good luck denting it.
That's someone's pride and
How-
joy back in the day, guys. It's probably, what, 30,000 more
How
cars
mean.
in 2008.
Like, for the Queenslanders at this point had no idea what 380s were or what they could do. But watching 6 380s get parked there, any person from New South Wales would have went, oh, fuck.
Yeah, they were concentrating on the panel vans and the utes. I was trying my hardest to not get... Actually, Corey Langton did a great thing at the start here. So when I went back-to-back with Kenny, Corey's like come in on an angle to try and CV me. I only saw it at the last second to try and steam the wheel away.
All 4 of them that they're planning. We've got Team Queensland in the Western End. Team Blues.
The last
the
effective
Eastern
hit
end.
was
Have we got
380,
any
Jess.
Maroons
It
fans?
was a big head on, mate.
Have we got any Blues fans? Are you ready?
I believe
The
like one of the
countdown.
last 2 or 3
5,
hits were 380s that took
4,
Queenslanders out.
3, 2, 1.
Have
We,
got
we
this
were
for a
there for
start.
that.
Hey.
Just bang. And here we go.
And there's going to be some
Oof.
big hits.
I tell you what, Wade and Critty, that was not the lineup I thought was going to be the biggest shot at the start. Seeing Wade Stephen, one of our Hall of Famers, go back to back with Critty, an Australian rep, he just absolutely levels each other. Just straight up, bang, and it just folded both of them cars.
Yeah, number 2 and number 11 hitting, you wouldn't really picture it.
No, out of nowhere. And Todd actually full tracked Reese Hack at the start too, which was an awesome thing to watch on the other ones. Here we go. Doosh. There's Nath just absolutely folding a panel van. How we got this? Look at that. Panel van straight, and folded. Look at that.
Didn't even scratch me sticker.
Yes, the bloody back of that 380 did not move. See, the cool part about the 380s is if you get a bit of a momentum up, the chassis hits and the boot lid doesn't. So it looks like the car's suffered no damage. Obviously, it kinks it, but it still looks cool. We were, I think, a lot more prepared for the head-ons early this year. If you watch the Queenslanders, still went head-on straight away. And I think we were a little bit more prepared for that this year.
As our Queenslanders are copping some stiff hits here on the infield.
Yeah, it was definitely different from the start this year.
I should have got a video of it, but did anyone else notice the Blake Taylor taking out the giant tyre in this derby?
Oh.
Look at this. Getting really bruised up here and
Yeah, Blake tyre hits the surely the hit.
You know what I'm going to do?
Plenty going on.
I'm going to get on Facebook and I'm going to load that video up and I'm going to screen share it after this.
Yeah, sounds
It is
good.
so worth it.
And Blake's lost one of his wheels already. So we're about 2 minutes into the derby. The noticeable change was, like last year, the aggression was there at the start, and then the Queenslanders started changing it. But I think the 380 sort of changed the momentum, and the derby never sort of slowed down. And whereas the Queenslanders were having issues with traction, we had no issues with the traction with the front wheel drives. And obviously the front wheel, like all of the hits to the front wheels and the rear wheels and that was, very effective. You saw a lot of broken ball joints, a lot of steering brakes. But even there, you can see number 3 there from Queensland. He's struggling to get up that hill.
Where do you look at the moment,
See the slide?
I'm not quite sure.
And they didn't wet the track or anything. It was just due. It was from the build up.
There's a hit on the back stretch. And the 3, Chris Fincher for New South Wales continues on in the Mitsubishi. He's coming in. I
Here
thought it
comes
was hot.
the 3. The Queensland 3 lining up for a pretty big hit as well. Sails it in. There's
Here we go.
Tactics going on here.
So if at this point here, I'll explain this shot. You can see the top left-hand corner. So that's Jordan Clark, New South Wales number 4. Right, he's been in the demolition derbies for about roughly 2 years, and then you got Corey Langton, who's been in derbies for decades. All right, one of the best that Queensland's got. Have a look at this young up-and-comer. No fear of the bloody big name of Corey Langton, and just absolutely poleaxes that driver's wheel. Absolutely annihilates it. Takes them both out. Snapped his own CV on impact. But to see that kind of battle in Origin was awesome. To see a young fella take out a well-known big driver, awesome to see. I know it took him out too, but mate, sometimes you got to do those ones. And if you watch his in-car, he actually hit Ken Isipi, the captain, before that, and broke his steering on his driver's side as well. So that was one I was very proud of. I've studied this video 1,000 times to see where it worked and where it didn't. There's old Blake just getting a bit of medicine over there. There's me just having a coffee. I was having a coffee break mid-derby. Just up there, surrounded by Queenslanders. There's Nath lighting the whole track on fire. Well done, mate.
Yeah, it was cold.
And we go red on the racetrack, waiting for the fire to be put out. We are red.
You know, I got told 4 times that it was me that started that fire, and I was like, nah, I'm not leaking oil. I'm fine.
No, it was your actual wiring harness, wasn't it?
Okay to continue.
Nah, it was there was a heap of oil on the track, and it was just my backfire that started the fire, I think. I don't know.
I'll pop that fire out.
I think the funniest part about that is everyone focus on the officials here, if they come, the track workers. Have a go at how intense this guy's job is. Ready? He'll go out here.
I just want to
And
point
you'll
out
grab a
that you
big
put
bit
a
of-
fire extinguisher down.
This is the most intense thing ever. He just dumps it on there. What a man.
How many cars do we
Look at
The
the
thing that made me
intensity of
laugh.
this throw. I feel like it did not need to be this intense, but he's like, I just want to finish watching this bloody derby.
Still gets me every time that he put a fire extinguisher down to go and get a handful of dirt.
He just chucks it on there.
Yeah, like what? I actually used a bit of a tactic here in this position. I could see the big screen from where I was, and they were showing me this video on the big screen, so I could see that white tire was going to. So I used the big screen a little bit here to better position myself.
To see where you were. I was surrounded by Queenslanders, so I was trying to send mental telepathy. Someone help. I literally looked around and went, oh, I'm not in a good spot here. I think you eventually come up there, but man, I was up there for a few minutes on my own, and I was getting worked over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure me and Chris end up coming up that end.
The New South Wales captain Shane Ryan at the other end of the venue, trying to survive here.
Yeah, they're just trying to survive.
What has he got for the Queenslanders to pull one out of the fire?
There's just 4 of them up there with me,
Chris-
but I'm good, boys.
Movement reoccurring down the stretch.
How many times have you seen a 380 6 minutes into a derby can be completely locked up? 5 Queenslanders up there with me. There we go. Reinforcements have arrived.
So there's Chris. And then here I come. Steaming. Shit everywhere. Front of it looks like it's been in 5
Literally up
derbies.
there, I was trapped because there was nowhere to go where they weren't going to chase me as soon as I take off. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm quick enough for this bloody black back locked in. Yeah, I was just trying to get someone to help me off the wall, so I was stuck with the bent wheel. This was a great shot here. So I actually saw this hit coming as I was coming off the wall. So because this is the exact same setup as last year with the panel van, but this year there was no panel van to block me shot. So you can see about here, I notice I'm about to get chased. And you'll see me just hard lock and then dump the accelerator now. And at that point there, it looks like he's about to get me, but then I floor it and flick, bang.
Or Jacinta Burgess caught the fucking.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Jacinta. I was just trying to get out of the way of the shot and set up another shot. But
I
yeah,
almost
poor
took
Jacinta's
you out
sitting
there
there,
too.
just got palmed by Matt Langton. But how identical it was to last year when I got my ribs and everything broken was crazy because it was the same area, same shot.
I want to go back to that point right there because I've probably gone back too far.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jacinta's still getting hammered by everyone. Poor bugger. Yeah,
So after she gets hit here, you'll see the back of this panel van coming. I come up the back straight after I had to turn away. But I come up here to take his rear wheel out, and as just before I hit him, so number 11, you tap him, and I hit the rear corner rather than the rear wheel, and I was like, oh shit.
There were a few hits there where a car would hit just before I hit, and the impact was horrible on my half. I don't know how it would have felt for the Queenslander inside the car, but mate, on my half, I got thrown around like a rag doll.
I only just clipped Wade there, and I thought I was going to miss him, but I just held it flat and hoped for the best.
It's crazy how like the exact same area that everyone got piled up on last year, I think it's the turn 2, was the same area that everyone got piled up on this year. There's me hitting the wall. Well done, Shane. Very
It's just really
strategic there.
steep at that bank. This was the point where I thought you were out. I thought they would box you in and just turn their cars off.
who is going to cook this thing.
I was just
He's
obsessed
around
with
the racetrack
just
right now.
smashing into Matt Langton. I was like, he caught me last year. He ain't going to catch me this year. So I just kept hitting him.
Has got the heck of a whack there.
Oh, look out.
Waiting for the big charge.
Will it be from the 13? Matt Langton.
Have we got the Critty's Ute how it's bent? That was crazy.
Turn 3. They're still in the
Most
I was really
of that
curious to
first
see how
hit,
them utes would bend.
oof, there's a big head on.
Here.
I can see 4 or 5 Blues cars and only about 1 or 2 Maroons.
Uh-oh.
We might
I was
be
very happy with how
clear of
those
the
big
series.
18-inch rims on that Magna, on that 380
There's
went.
the Maroons
Got those
trying to
rails
get
up
out.
nice and high, so when
A
you
big
hit,
victory.
it was just
Oh,
stabbing straight into the motor.
Out.
monster
And
shot.
there's-
The crowd goes
There's Nath
ballistic.
trying to fulfill his pledge.
As the
That top
Maroons
left-hand
try
corner,
to
guys.
go
If you
out.
watch
A
Nath
big
come in, he just
victory.
goes
Oh,
bang.
Oh, look out.
If it wasn't for that other panel van
Monster shot.
there,
The crowd goes
that would be
ballistic.
Aaron Ball in number 5. That's what saved Matt from going clean over then.
He certainly did, and nearly on
And
his
there's
side.
Nate
Oh,
just give
just
me a
bit
hit.
of a love tap.
New South Wales
Yeah.
best.
I appreciate that.
To let you know, letting you know I was
Did you
still
see
there.
that? Did you see that? That's what you're saying.
There's still a chance. Oh,
Oh,
monster
yeah.
See,
crowd.
even at this point here,
Down in
I
turn
still thought we were
number 2.
losing. Like, it wasn't until I like come all the way back down there for a head on here
Half the field probably retired.
that I still thought we were losing. I was like, I'm trying to take as many as I can out.
Bang.
Oh,
But yeah, I was counting the numbers and I'm like, there's not many of us moving still.
there's still 2, 3 Queenslanders.
There's
going.
Critty just absolutely annihilating Wade.
And,
That was the
M4
2-7
just intercops it in the-
and
in the
captain
door there.
of New
Yeah.
South Wales getting
And if
Right,
you have a
cool.
look at Wade's wheel there, there's video of the what are they called? The reinforced tie rod ends or whatever it is, a big steel plate there. It did not save that wheel. It's still all bent over hard.
to the Maroon 7.
It was the
Brendan
force
Burgess.
of that head on just bent
So
everything.
Shane Ryan, the captain, still surviving. There's all sorts of noises coming from the 2 for New South Wales. We've still got 1 Queenslander. Is it just 1 left?
it was actually really cool to see how many 380s were still left because like their reputation for overheating and being out is pretty high. But like my car was I blew the radiator within the first 2 minutes and that thing just did not want to stop. So
Mine had a full service
sure.
before this Origin, eh?
They're trying to
I had like
box him in here.
new fresh oil in it, new filters and everything. I was like, this thing is not going to have any issues for heat. I was so nervous. I even ran coolant and dual fans on the front end of it.
Queenslander still survives.
There's the old
Like this
888 flag there representing. See, I was trying to hold Brendan there next. I know what Brendan's like. I know that he's a madman, and I knew that he'd be able to get some massive run-ups. So I was like, well, hold him here, and we can just hammer him. We're all right, but he just wanted to get that big run-up.
Oh, he's away.
he is not a person you want to give a lot of room to run up because he'd put that thing in reverse and just hammer it.
All the way to turn number 4.
Oh my
see,
goodness.
this was the point where I was like, I'm going to take 1 for 1 here. I'm going to make sure I take someone out with me.
Oh my goodness.
And then it was about 30 seconds later, you come in hot, take yourself out, and then Jesse's 380 dies right behind you. And I turned around and I went, oh no.
To my defense, okay, when you came up here, I was not expecting you to drive into the back of a ute. And I wasn't expecting Jesse's car to die straight away. So I thought I was taking out the last of the competition. So I was like, I better take out Brendan hard. And it was a perfect shot. But his car just didn't die. So I was like, oh, have I just cost us the Origin? Like when it drove off
Yeah,
straight
see?
away, I was like, oh no, I think I've just cost us Origin.
Luke Herbert.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, because I was like, oh, that was a shit shot.
It's gonna be a slow
But
one.
like, from where I was sitting, I could see number 10 moving, and I didn't realise that he'd been there the whole derby. He was already out.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing 2 Queenslanders moving back and forth, and I'm like, oh no.
I couldn't believe that Brendan's panel van kept going. I was like, that just got a full force hit from a 380. Like, the strength of those 380s in the front is unmatched by any car. And that was straight into the engine of his car. And it just took off like it did nothing. Like it didn't bother it at all. So I was very impressed by those Queensland builds, how it held up to that. Because if that was in Newcastle, you wouldn't have seen that car move again. It would have just been the end of it.
Bang.
And there's our Trangy boys
Confirmed.
coming through with the clutch finish when we needed them.
Quite a kill. I'm not going to go sit in it.
Also, I love Luke Herbert's interview after this. It is the greatest interview in the history of our sport. It's got to step up that next level, boys.
And it's starting to
I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you kidding me? The Trangy boys have won it for us again. They've won City vs Country and they've won Origin. They are the clutch players you need when your team is down. They just come through, just pop out of nowhere.
Coming through from the officials. The New South Wales Blues win.
All right, Nath, how did that make you feel when that come over, mate?
Well, it my heart was already racing because I was like, oh no. Like we were coming in so strong at the end. I thought for sure we were going to win it. And then when I looked around and seen all three of us out, I was like, oh no. But I barely even heard that. I just jumped out of the car and started cheering when I still seen a blue car running. I was like, that'll do.
I didn't even notice it. Did anyone else notice Critty looked like he was about to start stripping? Look at this.
Herbert, their Lone Ranger.
Look at this. Well, freaking get it working.
To
win.
Watch this. He just starts. Woo! He's starting to undress straight away. He's like, right, it's time to party.
Toowoomba, the Blues have done it. And what a Demo Derby State of Origin.
God, it was a good feeling to win.
My goodness.
Oh, and look at that. Like, that car was buggered. Like, it was, mate, with all of the strength of the 380s, the speed of the 380s, the great drivers we had, it was still minutes, seconds into that one to win it. Like, it was a big, solid fight. There was no easy wins. Not like we wiped them off the table. Like, the decider is really going to be hard.
Here we go. He's got the helmet off. It's a 7.
We're all very emotional right now, so you see a lot of hugs and cuddles. There may or may not be some man-on-man kissing action in a second.
The
Mate, you guys have made it 1-1.
yeah, it was definitely
What we need to come out here to do.
Oh, hang on, we can't miss this. Greatest interview.
Battle as per usual. You got to go up that extra notch with these Queensland boys.
I
So,
love that, man.
yeah, good to get the win. Take it to the decider.
And you, the Lone Ranger, at the end, getting it done. Well done.
Oh, I couldn't steer there. I got a good shot in the front, and yeah. So, but anyway.
Here's me, calm and composed, definitely not kissing the man.
There we go, Toowoomba. They're up and about. New South Wales make it 1-1.
Yes, all leveled up in a series. I can guarantee we'll
He's
have
lucky I
a
didn't give
decider
him a
here
big
in
kiss on the lips
2026.
there,
We'll
eh?
get the entire Blues team up here on your podium.
the
You are leaving the venue.
It was a
Please do
sweet
travel
feeling to
safely.
have it. And not
We'll
only
get
that,
the
for the Blues to win, that's
Up
great.
here as we
But
are
for it to
1-1
push for a
in the
decider
series.
in our sport is massive. Like,
I'll get Shane
the
Ryan, the
promotion
Blues
opportunities and
captain,
everything of a decider
to make his
is
way
huge.
up
Even
here.
the Speedway knows that that's going to be an absolute sellout, that event.
If you're travelling
The
home, please
3
be
years in the
patient
making,
with
we've
each other
never
on
had
your way
anything
out.
like
It's been
that
a wonderful
in
night.
demolition derbies. And I have no
The
idea what's
Blues
going to happen because
jubilant in
they whooped us
celebration.
hard in round 1 and we
I'll
came
get
back
the
and barely won in
New
round
South
2.
Wales
So
captain Shane
they are by
Ryan to
no
make his way
means
to
a
victory lane.
pushover team.
And all of the Blues drivers.
Yeah, I think if we won the first one, like it
There's
still would have
plenty of
felt
Blues
just as
fans
good. But I
here.
think getting our ass
I'll get Shane
absolutely
to make
handed
his
to
way
us in
up
the
here.
first one,
We got winner
coming
boards for
back
the
in the
entire
second
team.
one, and pushing for a decider just made everything so much better.
Oh, yeah. And that decider, the absolute atmosphere of that place is going to be
Penalty
intense.
bands on the New South Wales side really gave them tonight. I think we put on a show, and I think the Queensland boys, they really stuck it to us because there were some massive hits there.
It was
And maybe
certainly
you can cuss
entertaining.
whilst I'm
One more
talking right
time, the
now
New
also.
South Wales Blues win match number 2.
At least you have all your ribs intact.
Yeah, all my ribs are intact. But did you notice how, like, there's big
They
Blakey?
have done it.
I thought
The
he was going
whole
to come in for a
team
kiss
will
then.
now
The
come
crazy
up
part about that
and
was
they're winning
I was
awards for
talking
the
then,
State
and
of
mate,
Origin.
about 10 minutes
Demo
after
Derby,
this,
a
I was
massive effort for
literally
Morgan
disappeared and
Fold
went
when
and
it
sat
comes to
down
the
just
Derby,
for like
just to
an
build
hour
the
on my
cars and
own.
get
I
it
was
here.
not feeling
For
well.
match number 2, as we've heard, the decider will be coming your way next season. And there it is. New South Wales, your State of
Listen to
Origin
us.
Demo Derby winners for 2025.
We may or may not have been as composed as
They are
Queensland
all
were
very,
in
very
game one.
happy on the
Rightfully
podium.
so. Rightfully
But
so.
they may have.
The rest of their
yeah,
team still
they
making
may
their
have
way
been a
over
little bit
here.
quieter than us.
But what
Look
an
at Shake
event
and Bake there.
Heck of a way.
Side by side.
to bring down the curtain on a epic weekend of racing. A lot of fun. Thank you for joining us
We're
here,
slowly all
Toowoomba.
getting there. I think Critty like just
Photos
walked up.
continuing
He's like, I don't
for
run
New
for
South
no
Wales,
one.
and Jared, you're exactly right. What a weekend it was.
What
Again,
a race in the Super Sedans GP53. What
Yeah,
a
Blake.
finish in the National
I don't
Production
even know what
Sedan
he's saying
title.
there, and I was on
What
a
a
different
special
planet.
night, Kai.
He's probably saying,
I'd
mate,
ask you to
that
pick a
tyre
highlight,
that
but
was
it'd be
talking shit about
certainly
me.
impossible
I
to single out
I
just
got
one
it.
of them.
I
But
got
what
it.
a
I've got
weekend
that.
of
I've got that
action. It's
video
been a
ready in the
pleasure to
background
bring you
too.
all the
It
action
is
here at
such
the
a
He's
good
like,
video.
he's like, boys, Carl Tyre is being taken care of. No, it's Thomas.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to put it on now because it is hands down probably one of his best videos I've ever seen.
He hit a tyre at Tullamore too. I don't know what's going on with him.
Can you?
I can get rid of that one. And
Yeah.
I can add to stage this one. Oh, no.
Hang
Yep,
on. Hang on, I'll do
did
it.
that work? Nope.
There we go. Everyone keep an eye out for Queensland number 14. He's painted white.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Woo! Good Mikey!
I love Steve's commentating now.
Oh,
Good Mikey!
I don't think I have ever seen someone get the arse end of a rear wheel drive that high off something that's not another car.
Wait, I don't think I've ever seen someone hit a tyre that hard, to be honest.
Who was the Queenslander that was there? What number is it?
Good Mikey!
13.
That would have been Matt Langton.
If he got Matt Langton, that would have absolutely sucked for him.
He would have ripped
Because
his
that
front
was-
wheel off easy every day
He
of the
was-
week.
Walk-in.
But
Oh,
mate, how did that tyre not, like, how did he not flip over? He was moving with so much speed. When he hit that bloody tyre, it's just 6 foot off the air. And he's just so lucky he didn't panic and turn or something like that. Or even if he missed and hit the concrete wall.
The thing is, but if you listen to the video, he didn't back off until his wheels were back down on the ground after he hit the tyre. So he was committed either way.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen his in-car. At what point did he realise he was now to miss the panel van and hit the tyre?
I don't think he realised because, like, he hit that tyre with foot flat and still went airborne with foot flat.
He's like, it didn't even bust its radiator.
Well, technically, he took out the Queenslanders' tyres, and that's what we were there for. So
He was really, really committed to making the field that little bit bigger. That was all it was. He's like, this is too small, boys. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger.
God, it was
I think we have a look at your in-car now, mate. Let's have a look at this. For the selected editing, though, if you want to explain that.
So when it comes to Origin, you get really emotional, and I don't think it's fair for half the Queenslanders to see what I was doing and saying during this movie. But I'll tell you what, neck
For anyone at
braces.
home watching the cars as well, this is the bar work that goes into them. See the full cage around. These are solid purpose-built cars. So Origin's a very different derby than just a normal one. These are purpose-built, solid build cars. See the solid bar work around it, plates on the sides of them. And this is why, because the hits are absolutely brutal. Then we get our gloves on, our neck brace on, goggles on.
I hate neck braces.
I hate them too, but we have to have them as per Speedway Australia.
I'll tell you what, though, like the neck did feel better the next day, but it's still a pain.
For any Speedway Australia officials, we are wearing the appropriate gear here, as per policy under Section 8.1. Did you think about hitting Chris there, mate? I saw that little bit of a look
Nah.
there.
I was waiting for him to move out of the way or waiting to see what he was doing because shaking
Just
back.
smashing Matt out of the way.
There's a little bit of a
Everyone have a look
fire
at the
here.
center of the car here. And we'll see where Nathan learns all about earthing out a positive flyer. There he goes.
Still didn't notice it at all.
If you watch here, though, so this is why when you run the fans on a hard wire, when you go head on, you turn the fan off because otherwise it'll just earth out and it'll just explode into flames. You
As
can
I
also
said, I
put
was
a
getting
little
cold.
fuse in there too.
See, in that moment too, that if you can see when I hit him, I actually look forward to make sure no one else was coming because that's a big thing for the Queenslanders is they'll chase you through the end. And when I
100%.
hit him and realised, oh shit, I'm in a very vulnerable spot, realised he wasn't going over and I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you have to have your head on the swivel the whole time because one thing I noticed at Origin, they don't care whether they're using the front or the rear of their car as long as they're doing damage to your car. So it's a whole different style of derby because in teams events, you're out there to cause as much carnage as you can. So if you take yourself out, it's not that big of a deal as long as you take out as heaps of people with them. Problem is when you don't take out at least one or two other people. So, yeah. I think you get it.
I gave Aiden crap because he got scared over his fire. I didn't even notice my fire.
Yeah, he didn't go, oh, oh, oh. I love that video. I wake up in the morning and I play that video. Was it the 40,000 views on it? That's all me.
That's Shane every day watching it 4 times.
Wake up in the morning. There he goes.
Or Zach Kelly's video where he gets hit in the side and then asks like, what?
yeah.
I can't wait till we have a Christmas party for the ADDA so we can pick our top 10 funniest moments throughout the year.
I've got 3 from Ruthless Racing. Of them just
That's what I was about to say.
I'm going to do it all slow.
Ruthless Racing again.
My screensaver on my phone is them all flying like this. But no, it was a great derby. The fact that we're pushing for a decider is awesome. Awesome for the sport and obviously awesome for New South Wales that we didn't get smashed again. But I mean, I couldn't be happier with that result. Moving ahead, we're going to have to sort out how we're going to do selections. Obviously, I'll be taking a step back so I don't get murdered by 13 Queenslanders. Or no, actually not Queenslanders, New South Wales drivers when I'm having to pick them all. So we're going to have to work out some sort of system there where it's not just me picking. We'll have some sort of selectors. So if you remember, show me what you got, pretty much. Show all the boys what you got. Gunda Windy was our first one. There's 6 derbies this weekend coming up, which is crazy. So you got, I'm going to have to remember them, but you've got the one in Northern Territory. There's a derby up there. You've got Tamworth as Monster Trucks. Sydney's got one at the Speedway. And Moira's got one. What's the other one I'm thinking of? There's a heap of them next week. Space on some.
Wasn't Trangie on, but they changed the date or something?
Nah, Trangie wasn't on. Nah, I've lost it. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. We've got 2 weeks before Ipswich for the small cars. If you're interested in going in it, sign up soon. Helps with us with the organisation and stuff like that. also, when you do sign up, I think it's on the Wednesday before the event, we'll send out information packs that'll have Warrior Elders this weekend. That's right. Thanks, Todd. We'll have information packs for Ipswich, which will have where you got to park and everything like that. There is a weird thing. You do have to bring a tarp to put under the car in the pits, because where we're going to be is actually a car park owned by the council. So the cars are going to have some sort of tarp under there in case they drip. And then we're going to have a bit of a parade lap from the car park into the actual showground, which is going to be pretty cool. You're driving on the closed road, which will be awesome to see.
Just while you're talking, just a bit of a plug there, but this is our website. So if you ever go through that problem where you have no idea what's on like we did, we have a website with a calendar on it.
That's right. And I just remembered I'm doing a derby this week too, on Wednesday night at McLean. So for anyone that wants to take on the Beast, I will be at McLean.
You got Grafton, however you say that one, Speedway, the Northern Territory versus South Australia, Sydney Speedway, Tamworth, and Warrialda.
Yeah, there are some big derbies coming up. And then we got the Ipswich Queensland title. I will love if New South Wales takes the title. So Queensland's definitely going to be put up in a big fight. I'm very interested to see how that one goes because, my opinion, New South Wales drives front-wheel drives better than Queensland. Queensland drives better rear-wheel drives. So I'm very interested to see what the matchup's going to be. There are some rear-wheel drive small cars, which is going to be really cool to see. Some of the old tanks, because Queenslanders apparently don't drive anything other than 60s and 70s and 80s. So there's going to be some wild old little cars, which is going to be cool to see. Steve Taylor's going to be at Tamworth at the Monster Trucks. I think
look out for the first 5 seconds.
Going to be there. What's that?
Look out for when someone gets buried in the first 5 seconds. Stephen Taylor's going to be there.
Yeah. I think he's in a little Mazda 6, so that'll be interesting to see. It'll be probably 1 or 2 hits, and that thing will be completely snapped in half, so that'll be fun. But, so heaps of derbies coming up. Wednesday night, McLean show. McLean show is going to be hosting a demolition derby. I'll be down there. So will a few of the other members as well. Jack Cowan, Jordan Clark, Seth Stark, all going to be down there. Caleb Clark's going to be there. So that should be a cracker of a derby. I think there'll probably be about roughly 10 cars or something like that. We'll get some good footage of that one. I think most of the boys are running in-car cameras too, so we'll be down there ripping in. And if you've ever seen a derby up there, their tracks are amazingly huge. Like, it's just a massive track. So it's a good one to go to. I've got a car in my trailer now, which I will be trying to get built in time to take down there. If not, then I've got a backup car. But I think we all know the one I want to bring down there for the big track, which would be amazing if I can. So I've also got to pick up Nathan's car for Ipswich too, which is going to be fun to go grab. Got to take that to mine. And it seems like now a young Chris Fisher may be having to find another car for him too.
What a crack start to our leaderboard as well. That is some serious points to start the year off.
Yeah, 100%.
10 derbies in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks in, 10 derbies. There's going to be some massive points this year. Also, congratulations to Chris Fisher on being our first Australian champion.
Team Shake and Bake. You forgot to say it's Team Shake and Bake.
I was just about to say, how's it feel to be part of the team, the consolidated team that won that title?
Yeah, that's right. It's, Team Shake and Bake won the title. So, if anyone's asking. It's cool. It's really good to see him win that. So he put a lot of effort in and smashed some good derbies to get it. So
he did. Yeah, cracker of a run. It was good to see, and I'm just ecstatic that he got into it anyway. And there was only 2 points in that end day. And with the there's no more rep derby points. It's the same as every other derby, and there's no more most damage points. So it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a close battle for the end of this. So the cool part about it is we get to actually look at the way that you come in and look at the trophy. Yeah, it's actually in his shed, I imagine. It's the only place it'd probably fit. Like, I'm still waiting to see him actually put a photo up of where it's going to be. I reckon it must still be sitting like in his bedroom or something like that next to the TV. Just every time he wakes up in the morning, it's there.
I got told Tennille's been sleeping on the lounge because there's no more room in the bed. So I'm not sure how true that rumor is, but
well, yeah, well, that's right. He's actually going to take the trophy over to America with him. So the free flights that he's got for actually winning that title are going to be for the trophy. So we're going to strap that trophy into the seat next to him. He's actually got to pay for his flights. But yeah, just so everyone knows, when you win the Australian title, you do get your flights paid for when you go over to America to Derby at Bristol Motor Speedway with the boys at Demo. So that's a really cool accomplishment.
If you win the leaderboard, you get a spot on Team Australia and you get your flights paid for. But obviously, Chris was already on Team Australia, so he just got his flights paid for.
Yeah, which is amazing. Like, hopefully, all of this. It's a lot more. A lot better to have that paid for than to have to pay for it. I know that Chris was panicking when that Origin started, worrying about Matt Moore winning Mad Dog. But lucky he paid those Queenslanders to take Matt out quick, so that was good.
It cost him almost as much as the flights, but he won it.
Yeah, he got the trophy. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, well, we're about an hour in, mate. This is a bit of a quicker one than normal because we have children that are screaming in the background, as you can hear. Did you want to take us out?
Yeah, so like every week, if you're struggling with mental health, once again, it's definitely not weak to speak up about it. It's any one of us here have either been through it or know someone that has. Our inbox at the association page or, Beast and Bake page or personal pages is always open for anyone that wants to talk in private or, doesn't want to make it public or whatever. We're happy to keep it confidential and have a chat and help out in any way we can. So it's just keep that in mind that it's never weak to speak about your problems.
That's right. And Damien Moore, congratulations on winning the hatchback. Mate, luckiest man in Australia right now. I tell you, the amount of purchases on that one, you are an absolute weapon. I hope you
also, with that, I believe we sold nearly 20 or 30 tickets in the last 30 minutes before the podcast. So between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, everyone must have got a bit of FOMO and went, God, I need more tickets because holy shit, that thing went off its head for the last 30 minutes.
100%. And, mate, you could see how big that actual that raffle thing was. The names were like small as anything. So well done to you, Damien. And I hope you're ready for battle in about 2 weeks because you definitely have a giant target on your back because some people are going to build cars now because of that. They were hoping for that raffle car, but now you've got it.
But, don't forget to inbox the page as well, and we'll sort everything out.
Yeah, we'll get your details and everything like that, man. Contact details, and we'll get it all sorted. And, 2 weeks away from Ipswich. I'm pumped. Nate's pumped. Let's get this car built.
Sweet. All right. Until next time.
See you later.